Howdy everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm actually going to be fixing up the minifigures that you see before your very eyes right here. I'll be swapping out the heads and the different parts to make these characters as accurate as possible based on their movie appearances. This is very exciting for me because I've actually had a couple fixes in mind for a while now, ever since seeing the leaked images of the sets, and I actually wanted to make a video similar to this last year for the 2020 sets, but unfortunately I didn't get my hands on those sets until a couple months later, so I missed out on doing that unfortunately, but here I am today with this video that I'm very excited to do with you guys here today. And without further ado, enough of my rambling, let's hop right into the video and get started. First of all, we have the Finch-Fletchley minifigure from the 2021 Chamber of Secrets set from this year. And I believe that everything in this minifigure looks great except for the head there. That head there has been overused in a ton of LEGO sets, and I was very disappointed to see this happen for this character specifically because honestly, Hufflepuff students deserve better. I took the Ezra Bridger minifigure from Star Wars, and I saw that the headpiece there is very resemblant to the Finch-Fletchley scared face from the movie. And I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty good, because even the eyebrows are accurate. The mouth there is also very, very spot on, and even the eyes. I mean, obviously the color of the eyebrows and eyes aren't accurate because, you know, there's only so much you can do with Lego and stuff like that. The original Justin figure has facial features that don't even match with his hair, so I guess it is what it is, and this will work out pretty well. So yeah, merging these two figures, this is what you get. Ta-da! We now have Finch-Fletchley. He looks pretty cool here because that headpiece I feel matches him and his personality very, very well. I really liked seeing that little open mouthpiece there, and again, here's the side-by-side with the actual Justin character. When I remembered that I had an Ezra Bridger minifigure, I immediately thought of fixing it with Justin's because that expression there, honestly, in my opinion, is spot on. So I'm really happy with my fix here. Let's take a look at Dean Thomas. Next up, we have Dean Thomas from the Hogsmeade Village Visit set. Now, honestly, this whole character is super inaccurate. That torso there never appeared in any of the movies, and trust me, after watching the movies a handful of times, reading the books, and even searching Google because I thought I missed something, that jacket print never appeared anywhere in any of the movies. I mean, you guys, by all means, if you don't believe me, you can try and search it up, but trust me, I did a lot of hunting and failed miserably to find a match. And now, an outfit that I did notice that a bunch of students tend to wear while visiting Hogsmeade from Hogwarts are their Hogwarts uniforms, which is exactly why I've decided to swap out the torso and leg piece here for a Gryffindor torso and leg piece here featuring the very fancy scarf that I love so much. I really hope that we get a Slytherin torso like that and leg piece because it looks so good. So basically, I'm just going to be switching up the torso and legs, and we'll take a look at the final result. And another thing about accuracy, Dean Thomas has black hair. This Dean Thomas here from 2018 has brown hair. That is an obvious mistake, and by fixing this, you'll fix that mistake and get a pretty good addition to your Hogsmeade set. So yeah, let's do it. Ta-da! And there we have it. We now have Dean Thomas. I think that this looks pretty cool. I do love the torso and leg piece combination here on the torso from 2018, and having a really good headpiece that honestly looks much better than the 2018 one. Because if I were to be honest with you guys, the 2018 one makes him look very old, and Dean Thomas is a pretty young boy, so you can see the cheekbones pretty defined there in the 2018 one. I just prefer this here because I feel like it looks better and will fit in quite nicely with the rest of Hogsmeade. I mean, by all means, he could just be a random Gryffindor student walking around Hogsmeade for all anyone knows, but that's better than having Dean Thomas with a random torso. Now let's take a look at Ginny Weasley. So yeah, next up we have Ginny Weasley from the Chamber of Secrets set. Now again, we have that daunting headpiece there that I think should have stayed far away from Harry Potter, and I feel like it being included in Harry Potter sets just take away from the entire feel of LEGO Harry Potter being a very unique and interesting theme. If you look at the figure that they've made for her 11 years ago now, the headpiece there looks much better and much more original than this here. And honestly, I've decided to swap out the headpieces here because this headpiece of Ginny Weasley from 2010 looks quite youthful compared to the other options, because I also had the Slug Club Ginny here, but in that one, she just looks too mature and too old. She doesn't really have the face of a young child. And yeah, so basically I'm swapping out the faces here and we'll see what happens. Now, the aftermath of swapping out the faces gives us a very cute and adorable, very accurate, if you will, Ginny Weasley minifigure here because her face looks very delicate and soft, just like the version of her from the Chamber of Secrets. And like this, with this version of Ginny, I feel quite relieved because now I don't have to stick with that freckled face that really, really gets on my nerves. Next, I'll be taking a look at Luna Lovegood. So right over here, I have the 2021 version of Luna Lovegood that also came in the same set as her peers, Ginny Weasley and Justin Finch-Fletchley. Now this version of Luna looks very, very nice. Just ignore that headpiece, of course, which is exactly what we'll be fixing with this minifigure because the hair is nice, torso is awesome, some nice Ravenclaw pride there as well for my Ravenclaws out there. And yeah, pretty cool. So this is what I'm going to be doing with this minifig. My options were as follows. I had Slug Club Luna, which I'll be putting aside. I also had Luna Lovegood from 2018. And lastly, I had Luna Lovegood from 2010. Out of these three faces, I had to consider different factors to replace this head of Luna Lovegood. First of all, this version of Luna makes her look very, very old, the headpiece, and the mouth printing doesn't really help, and I immediately scratched this one off the list. Next, this headpiece makes her look very, very mature, which doesn't really suit her face. If she were present in the Chamber of Secrets, people were taken by surprise by this figure because they thought it was actually going to be Penelope Clearwater because Luna Lovegood never made an appearance in the Chamber of Secrets movie. So yeah, people were kind of shocked to see that there. And I also scrapped this one off because the eyebrows seemed a bit too bold for my liking, and the whole head seemed quite mature and didn't really fit the face of a youthful child. I then took a look at the Slug Club Luna and I noticed that the features of her were very, very soft and suited that of a child. Considering that this version of her is supposed to be here when she is 11 years old, this headpiece actually suits first year Luna quite well because the features there, as you can see, are very soft and well defined. And the lighter lip detail really helps with that as well. Let's get to work and swap them out. And there we go, we now have a relatively accurate version of Luna Lovegood, supposedly in her first year. And once again, another successful fix. I'm really happy with this result, and yeah, let's move on to the final figure in need of fixing, Madame Rosmerta. Now, I know I said in my review video that the face there suited Madame Rosmerta quite well, but every time I look at it, I see Mantis's face, and I see the failed version of Bellatrix Lestrange that did not look like Bellatrix Lestrange, if you will. So I went out of my way to do a little bit of brainstorming, and I realized that I had this minifigure right here from Jurassic World. You can't really see her face there. Let's keep it a mystery. But when I swapped out their faces, it looked so, so good. And I was so happy with the final result. It even matches with her hair there, unlike the black you can see there, which stands out quite sharply against the auburn color of her hair. So let's swap them out and see what we have. And there we have it. We now have a fixed version of Madame Rosmerta that I am very, very proud of. Honestly, this here, in my opinion, is the perfect fix. I am really proud of it, and I feel like it fits Madame Rosmerta very, very well. Obviously, there's a bit of a discrepancy there with the slight wrinkles on the side of her mouth and stuff like that. If you compare this fix against Madame Rosmerta in real life, you can see that it looks quite accurate, and it really looks much better than using Mantis's face, in my opinion. And on that, let's hop right into the conclusion and end the video. Well guys, that pretty much wraps up my little adventure here of trying to fix up some of the LEGO Harry Potter Summer 2021 minifigures that I thought weren't accurate enough. Did I do well in today's video? Let me know in the comments down below. And on that, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and bye for now.